Hey, hey, looks like we're live. Let me see if I can find us here. Make sure we're on the right page. Yay, it worked. Love that. Okay, let me see. All right, I think we got it. I think. Oop. Let me not throw my phone on the floor. Hey, Leona. Hey, hey. How are you today? Thursday. I can't believe it's Thursday already. Oh my goodness. It is Winter Belle's first birthday. I can't believe she's a year old today. Crazy, crazy, crazy how time flies. I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited to be here with you guys tonight. I love coming in on Thursdays and doing lives at 5. Oh, it's so fun. Did you? I don't know if I showed you. Did I show you my little? Oh, I'm gonna knock them down. So I took one of our pumpkin cutouts and did one side like that, but then I turned the other side into a witch. How do you like that? How do you like that? That's pretty cute, isn't it? And then I did the big pumpkin. So I did one side with the pattern. And then I did the other side, a scarecrow. Cute, right? So fun. Fun, fun, fun. See if I can put them back without knocking them over. So fun. So tonight we're going to do snowflakes. Let's see if I can get comments. Why are my comments not showing? I just want to see all the comments. Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it now. We'll see. We'll see if I got it. So we're going to do our snowflake cutouts tonight, guys. And this is going to be a kit. So if you want the kit, let me know. But this will be a kit. So we're going to do snowflakes. And we're going to do some decoupaging. So I pulled a couple of different napkins that are going to look good with what I'm going to be doing on this one. But I think we're going to use this gray one. I want to keep it pretty neutral. So it would go with any color scheme. And then I have just this wood round and I painted it with some white chalk paint. So I did that before we went live so that I wouldn't have to wait for paint to dry, because we're going to have to wait for other things to dry. I'm going to get the lid back on here good before I go messing around with it. I'll knock the paint over and make a mess. Hey, Joyce. Okay, so we've got this painted white and we're going to decoupage this. But we're going to decoupage, you always, I think most often I'm always doing a flat surface, so I use the iron method. So I wanted to show you the other method I like to use when I'm working with something that is, you know, got a lot of different bumps and cylindrical and all the things. So we're just going to take this napkin and I'm only going to need one little square of it, not even the whole square. But you want to make sure you've got plenty to go around what you're working on. And we're going to do this first so this can be drying while we're decorating the snowflakes. So let me pull you guys down a little closer here. Let me see what I'm doing. Let me know if that works. Let's see. Yeah, that's going to be plenty. So I'm just going to cut one square of this out. And the napkin will be included in the kit. That is what we're going to need for right now. And then you're also going to need some saran wrap. So I'm going to lick my fingers because that's how I do it. And I'm just going to pop those two back parts off. So these are really nice 3-ply napkins that are heavily pigmented and my favorite to use. So that's going to fit just fine. So we're going to get a brush. Let me get a brush. And I'm going to put Mod Podge on this. If I can get the lid off. That is. So we're just going to put a coat of Mod Podge all around. Just a thin coat. We'll do it. Stop and start here. Just want to make sure all of it has got Mod Podge on it. And then when I'm doing this method, I like to have it up off the table. It's just easier to use, and you're gonna see why in just a second here. So now we'll do the top. Okay, we've got a good coat on there. That works. I'm going to go ahead and just wrap my brush in a baby wipe. Set them aside up there. Close this up. And then I'm going to get a piece of saran wrap. I hate that I can't see comments. If you guys are commenting, they're like, I can't see it. Weird. Oh, okay, now I have to tap the screen to get it to do it. Well, that's annoying, Facebook. Thank you. Okay, so you want a good sized piece of saran wrap. Okay, that should be enough right there. And I'm going to make sure that's centered. And then what I'm going to do, make sure I've got the right side of my napkin, is I'm going to center my napkin onto this piece. And then I'm going to take my saran wrap and I'm going to pull it really tight. Okay? And then while the saran wrap's there, I'm just going to go ahead and make sure it's down. And then I'm going to pull that off. Now I'm going to wrap that because now it's got glue on it. You never want to reapply the glue part because it will tear your napkin. So I'm going to fold that in. And then I'm going to go the opposite direction and pull that down. Just like that. And then while the saran wrap's there, I can just use my hands to get it nice and smooth. Okay? Push it down, push it down. We don't want any gaps. Okay, and then I'll just pull that off. All right, now we're going to toss that right in the trash can. And so there we have the piece, and it's all on there really perfectly. Okay, so now I've got a little fan over here. I'm going to set this under the fan So that can be drying while we're doing this next part. Okay, I'm going to lift that up a little bit and turn the fan on and hopefully not blow things all over the place because, you know, that happens all the time. Okay, so that's going to get dry. And now we're going to work on our snowflakes. I better cut the transfer apart first. So this is our snowflake cutout transfer. So it's got the center part for the big one and the little one. You can really decorate up the center, and then you put the snowflakes over. So you do the center part first and then the snowflakes over top. So we're going to open this up. So I'm going to include one set of snowflakes in the bundle, but you can add an additional set of snowflakes if you would like to, for sure. All right, now I'm going to grab my, y'all, I even brought a little pan of water in here tonight. I remembered to do that. And we're going to use this and just cut this apart the way I like to do it. Y'all know the drill. So this will take just a second if you'll bear with me. So what have you guys been doing? Let's see. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? I know. We do hope Joyce is feeling better, don't we? I bet you were pretty sore today, my friend. So, Elizabeth, if you just came on, we are doing a project with our snowflake cutouts. And we just decoupaged a wooden base. And again, we're keeping these pretty neutral toned tonight. We're going to use gray and a little bit of blue. We're going to use our Ocean Mist blue. These really neutral. Did I do that one? I can't remember. I can't remember. I guess I did. Let's see. Should pull off. There it goes. See how far I got there. That's going to bug me that I can't see comments unless I touch the screen. Facebook's rolling out new stuff, y'all. But at least it let me do live like I normally do without having all that craziness we had for that couple of weeks. Okay. Good now. We can peel all that out of there. I might not have cut that one. Oh, maybe I didn't cut that one. Silly girl, silly girl. I'm sure I did that one. There we go. Oh my goodness. goodness, this is making me crazy. Okay, there we go. Still hurts, but doing better. Oh, I'm so glad you're having a better day today. Today I went to the chiropractor, went to the dermatologist, and had 2 cancer spots left that needed freezing. That's all I could see. Goodness, you have been busy with doctor appointments, Joyce. But that's good. You're getting it all taken care of. It's not cut all the way. I still have to do this little one, right? Or did I do it? Thought I did it. I think I got to get a new blade for my X-Acto. Okay, we got it all cut. Super duper. Thank you for giving me grace to do that, guys. We're just letting her stand. I'm going to turn it around a little bit. That Mod Podge dries pretty quickly. Okay, so let's get a fuzzing cloth up here. I still have a couple of the banner, the little Christmas Eve banner kit. If you guys, anybody wanted that, that is listed on the page. And there's a couple other kits also. So definitely check those out. Where's my wooden piece? So I'm going to line this up. Trying to see if there's a certain way that it lines up. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to kind of bring it right inside. Okay. I'm just feeling the points, how far out they're coming. Make sure I've got it kind of centered. It's pretty close. Okay, so we're going to use our Ocean Mist in the middle. And you could do whatever matches your color palette best. Get this off here. There we go. And we'll just give that a stir. Make sure everything's mixed well. This is a brand new one. Just got this one out because I used up all my other. I love this color. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and I think we're going to go ahead and do both of the middles while we're at it because they're both going to be the same color. So let me get the other middle. You need a new blade for yours. You should be able to get them at any craft store or on Amazon. Okay, and again, I'm just lining it up. So it lines up with these middle points. And then I'm trying to get it right in the middle. We're pretty close. Maybe I gotta turn it a little bit. Okay, that's looking better. That looks better. Okay, I think we're okay. So just push the air out from underneath. And then we will just go in with our ocean mist and chalk that middle part. This is such a pretty color. It's kind of a gray blue. And scrape back the extra. Pop that off there. I'm just going to set this piece on the backer sheet. Even though I brought water in, I don't want them sitting in water very long. All that will happen if you let the paste just dry on the transfer is that some of the darker colors, you may get a little stain on the green part of your transfer, but it doesn't harm your transfer in any way. But if you leave your transfer sitting in water too long, you will ruin the adhesive back. So it's better to just set them on your backer. But you'll see why I brought the water in a minute. I'm sure you're going, Diane. You said you brought water. Why did you bring water? Right? Look how pretty. That's pretty just like that. Ooh. But we're not done. Let's see. I don't think I missed any comments. It's hard to say because Facebook's not showing them to me really well. Okay, so we're all done with that one. We're going to set the big one aside and let's see how we are dry-wise. We're nice and dry with our decoupage. So we'll set those aside, and of course I'm going to get out my nail file. Okay, and then we're going to go downward. I'm not sawing back and forth, I'm just going to cut down. And we're just going to cut off all that extra napkin. All along the edge, and that'll give you a nice clean edge. Whoop. Just like that. Okay, so now I'm going to set it back up here, and I'm going to get my brush that we used in the decoupage, and we're going to put another coat of glue on top. And I'm not going to, let me pull you guys down a little bit closer here. I'm not going to go back and forth over this a lot of times. I'm just going to literally make sure everything's covered and just keep moving, because as soon as I wet this napkin again with the decoupage glue, if I keep going over it, I'm going to tear the napkin. And I don't want to do that. So I'm going to come down on the bottom to make sure that stays nice and sealed. And then as soon as I get all the way around, I'm going to set it down and do the top. Just a nice thin coat. Okay, just like that. So I'm I'm gonna wrap this back up. Oh, this was it. Just in case I need it again. I probably won't, but just in case. So I'm gonna set that over there to dry. And we should be done with our decoupage glue. Okay. Now, let's bring our small little star back. Let's see, I'm done with this too. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, our small little star. We're going to do the top part of it. And I have not tried it, but I believe you can use any of the star patterns on the small star because they come out the same way. So you can just make it be what you want it to be. In fact, I'm going to try that. I think I'm going to check that out because that's what I think. So. One's a little bit bigger, so let's see if I'm correct. So we want to fuzz, fuzz, fuzz. This is going to be so cute, you guys. Are you excited that we did some decoupage tonight to go with this project? Okay. Well, I guess I better make sure that's dry. I'm assuming it's dry, but it may not be all the way dry. I'm going to grab this because it's handy. If it's not completely dry and you go on top of it, you're going to lift it up. So you always want to make sure each layer is completely dry before you do the next layer. Now I'm sure that's dry. Okay, I'm just going to see if this will line up and fit. Well, this one actually does fit perfectly on this little one. I'm just kind of feeling how much is left at the very tippy top. If you have one of the lights, you can set it on one of your lights. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Let me get mine out. I have an extra one that we're going to do a giveaway with. Let me see. Sorry guys, I'm not sure which one. I already opened and put batteries in it. This one. This one I did. Okay. Maybe not. Okay, well, I'm going to quit messing with this because this is taking way too much time, but I believe it's this one, but I think I have to plug it in. I think the battery needs charging, so we will do that later. But it's just a light that you put underneath, and then you can see the silhouette of everything better. But I'm just kind of feeling my way and making sure that it's laid down nicely. Okay. And we're going to use our Storm Gray. Again, I'm keeping this a pretty neutral palette. Needs a little tiny bit of water. This is still the old formula. I'm using up what I had opened already. Okay. And then we'll just go over all that open screen. I should have got a little bit smaller squeegee. Snowflakes are going to be so cute all over the place. Okay, now I'm going to scrape back anything extra. And we're going to pull that up. Oh, I love that color combo. Look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. So pretty. And I'm going to set this on my backer sheet. We'll toss them into soak right before I'm done. Okay, so we got that one done. Now, get my base completely dry. I'm going to give it a turn. Clean this up. Then I'm going to sit down and have a sip of my coffee. Okay, I'm going to put this one back. So it looks like you get 2 small patterns and 1 large pattern, but I'm sure the large pattern part would also fit your small one. And then we're going to do this one, and we're going to do something a little bit different to this one, which is why I brought the water. Okay. I did use Storm. Yes, Joyce. I have to touch this every time to see comments. Say hi if you're here, guys, because then it might let me see your comments if you're, you know, if there's a lot of comments going on. Okay, so now what we're going to do, and y'all are going to go, what is she doing? What is she doing? Okay, so now you're going to get out some school glue, or some Mod Podge. Either one will work, okay? And I'm going to get a little, let's see, I don't want to use one of those. Oh, that's what I forgot to go get, a plate. I'll get one out of here. Let me grab one out of here. Okay, so I've got a little plate here, and I'm going to get my squeegee. I already washed it. That one's good. So you can use school glue or you can use Mod Podge for this. The other thing I need is a piece of parchment paper. And I'm not going to want that thing blowing any air over here. So turn that around a little bit. Let's set this down lower. I think it'll get more air going on it. Okay. I hate that I can't see y'all's comments. Ah, hey Valerie. How are you? Okay, so we're going to fuzz this next transfer. Ooh. And you could do, like, any of our pattern transfers will look great on these snowflakes also. So many different things that you can do with these. Okay, so now let's line this up. And you just kind of keep turning it till you get it centered. And that part looks good, that looks good. Good. Just kind of feeling how far I'm away from the end and moving it as needed to get it centered, and that should center it up on the rest. Okay, that's looking good. So this is why I brought the water in here, you guys, because I want to put this in water and wash it right away. So again, you can use school glue or Mod Podge. It's water soluble. I'm going to use school glue because you see me use Mod Podge all the time. So I just squeezed a little out on my plate. And I'm going to grab, where did I put that squeegee? Okay, stop blowing air over here. I turned you. I turned you. I don't want you blowing air over here. Okay. So now I'm going to grab some school glue. I maybe didn't put enough out on the plate, but we'll see. And I'm going to cover the transfer in school glue. And a little bit goes a long way with this. Okay, scrape it back and move it to a different location. Make sure I cover everything. Pushing it through. And that might have been just enough. Okay. I'm going to scrape back anything extra. Get it off the transfer. And then I'm going to pull this up and I'm going to lay glitter right on top of it. So let's pull that up, up, and I'm going to go ahead and lay that right in my water, sticky side down first to deactivate the adhesive, and then flip it over. And now I'm just going to come in here with my glitter and really cover everything well. Which is why I was saying no air blowing over here, because we would have glitter going everywhere, which would not be the first time, y'all. It would not. Okay? Are y'all like thinking I'm nuts? Just tap, tap, tapping ever so gently. Ready? Look at that. How pretty is that? Can you see it? All that sparkle and shimmer. So there we go. You can use school glue and Mod Podge through our transfers. So we always, before, we would put the paste down, and this still works, y'all. You can put the paste down and then glitter right on top of it as soon as you do the paste. But I think using the glue, you'll have less rub off. So I'm going to dump this back before I get that air on it and make a mess everywhere. How do you like that technique, y'all? And of course you can do the front and back. So you could do the same thing with a buffalo plaid or anything like that. But that is so pretty. Oh my gosh, you guys. I just don't know if the glitter is really, you're getting the full effect, but man, it's so pretty. Valerie's hanging in there. That's good. Joyce says gorgeous. All right, so we've got that one done. So I'm going to quick like a bunny. Well, first of all, I'm going to get this glitter off the table. That little bit that's left. And then we're going to go ahead and wash this transfer that I just put the glue on. Let's see, where are my... So I put this in my pan of water, and I'm going to use my board eraser. I'm just going to go ahead and wipe the back down since that's the side that's up right now. So you definitely want to use a glue that is water soluble. So school glue and Mod Podge are perfect for this technique. Okay. Y'all, today, if you didn't hear, today is Winter Belle's first birthday. I can't believe that little pumpkin's a year old already. I have to tell you guys, I'm going to set this aside to dry. We were, Ashley and the kids were here this last weekend, and I'm going to open this up a little bit now for a second. They were here this weekend, and so I started this from the time our first grandchild, Riley, was born. So their very first Christmas and their very first birthday, they get a case of diapers and a case of wipes with probably some sensory toy, something little. Because listen, they're not going to remember what Nana and Papa gave them for their first birthday. They're not going to remember that. And what do they need? Diapers and wipes. So we were having dinner, and we were talking that this Thursday today would be Winter's first birthday, and Ashley goes, diapers and wipes, yay! And Skylar, we're all having dinner, Skylar, who is now 6, said, diapers and wipes? Mom, she's laughing, why did you say diapers and wipes? And she said, because that's what Nana and Papa are going to get Winnie for her birthday. And she gets the most perplexed look on her face. Like, I was dying laughing. I can still picture it. And so I said, and I told her, I said, so Skylar, I said, every one of my grandchildren, that's what you've gotten for your first birthday. And she gets an even more perplexed look on her face. And I said, because you don't remember what I got you, but that's what you needed. And she just cannot figure this out. She is like, and she looks at me and she goes, diapers? I thought it was really funny. Hey, Gianna. How are you? Yes, where has the time gone, Joyce? I'm telling you. It's crazy. Okay, so we've got this one done, and that's all we're going to be doing to this one with the glitter. The beautiful glitter. But the other one, let me see if our stand is dry. Our decoupage stand, it is, I'm gonna leave it a minute longer. I really want that completely dry before we go fussing with it. But we've got a couple of more things to do for this little kit that we're doing here. Let's see, today has been awful. Oh, Jana, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hate that. I don't want any of my friends to have a bad day. Okay, so let me close the school glue. And, all right, so what we're gonna do now is, let's set these over here. There's lots of moving parts to this thing. So what I'm going to bring out now is a little candle holder that I went ahead and painted with white chalk paint. Okay, so what we're going to do with this is we're going to adhere this to this, and so this is now, instead of standing up, being a star, which is why I said you may want to add an extra set of stars to this kit, because, you know, these look gorgeous just standing on their own, but we're going to make this into a stand. Because y'all know I like to do pillars, I like to do trays, so that's what we're going to do with this, is make it into a stand. And it's just the right height, so this will set with it perfectly, and what you have on top will still show. How cute is that going to be? How cute. Jana says, Snowflake. The school glue is just a little bit thicker than Mod Podge, just a little bit. So I use the school glue, but you can use either. You can use either. Okay, so we're going to glue this on there, but I want to do a little bit of distressing on this, because y'all know I like things dirtied up a little bit. And we're going to do that with some of the Storm Gray, and also a little bit of the blue, which is my stand right now to get my thing dry. So I will put it on the Mod Podge, because I want to make sure it's completely dry. So I'm going to use just a little sponge. To do that. I'm going to set this aside and get my little sponge. Hang on, I gotta get a new one. Oh. Dropping them on the floor. Okay. So these are bigger than what I usually use for this. A little bit. I'm just going to dab, 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 and then I'm going to offload it on my plate. Let me bring you down closer again. So we'll get most of it off. And I'm just using one side of the sponge, and I'll use the other side of the sponge for the gray. Okay. And so we're just going to kind of go around and get a little bit of this color kind of going throughout to make it look a little bit old and worn, kind of like me. And that way our colors will go throughout. Just dirtying it up a little bit. And then I'm going to grab a little bit of the gray. Get on there. There we go. On the opposite side, let me close these up because that's all we're going to need. We'll kind of distress the top of the other one, of the snowflake too. Okay. So then I'm just going to go in and put some gray in here. Gray will be a little bit darker. Makes me nuts that I can't see comments unless I have to touch the thing. I feel like I'm here by myself. But I know I'm not. So I just put just a little bit on there, just so it's not so pristine. You can leave it pristine if you want. Okay, so that's good there. And then the other thing we're gonna do is, I've got a candle here. I know, it's a lot, y'all, lots of steps to this. And I'm gonna turn on my craft iron here. Let that get hotted up for a second. And in the meantime, I think I'm going to, I can't decide if I want to put black on, like, on the edges of the snowflake or not. I'm not sure that I really want to do that. I might leave it as it is. So this will take just a second to heat up, and we're going to need the other part of our napkin. So we're going to make this candle look the same as the base that we just Mod Podged. Only we're not going to Mod Podge because Mod Podge does not stick well to wax. And we're only going to need half of the napkin. Will be plenty. So one napkin will do this whole thing, and you'll have some left over. So we'll just cut that off. I don't think we need this anymore. Trying not to get glitter on it. Separating the top layer off of the two backer sheets. And I chose this napkin because I wanted it to have snowflakes on it. I really like this napkin. See if this is dry, because that air is bugging me. Yeah, so there's our base that matches our candle, or will match our candle. So I'm going to use my craft iron, and you want to make sure this is on there straight. so that when you go around that it doesn't turn out to be cockeyed, if that makes sense. And I'm going to put it right on the edge, because when a candle burns, you can still burn these candles because this will be melted right into the candle. And I'm going to grab some parchment paper. And I'm going to hold on to it. And then I'm not going to let go until I've got it laid on the top. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to take my craft iron. Hot enough yet? It may not be hot enough yet. And I'm going to melt on. I just didn't give it long enough, I guess. Okay, it's starting to get hot now. Starting to get hot now. Sorry guys, thought I had it. Oh, you like that idea, Jana? Thanks. I've been doing this forever. I think come on now. There it goes. So you can see the candle melting underneath the parchment paper. You don't want to hold it in one place too long. Just keep it moving. And your candle won't be like perfectly, I mean, it'll be smooth, but because you heated it like this with a craft iron, you will see some little, you might see some little ridges, but that's normal. You probably wouldn't notice them if I didn't tell you that. Okay, so again, I'm just making sure that it's melting right into there. Good, and we're just going to keep going around the candle. And be really careful that you don't touch your craft iron because it is super hot and you will get burnt badly. But you can really see as it melts, it changes the color. And I'm keeping this craft iron nice and flat so that I don't dig into the candle. I just want to melt the underneath to go through the napkin. Just like when you decoupage, we're just using candle wax to do it. That's looking good. See? Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna just let it lay underneath there and come to the back until I get the seam down. I'm going to leave this edge, actually I'm going to leave it up a minute. I'm not going to go right all the way to the edge because I will tuck the other end under that when I get there. Because the other end I'm going to have to cut with the scissor, and even though you think you're cutting super straight, you're really not. So I'll just tuck that right underneath. Go the other way. Be careful not to tear your napkin. Let's see. Okay, it's hooked on to right there. Keep it nice and smooth. I don't know if you guys can see that color change. Got you pretty close in. Almost there. Almost there. Okay, so this is the edge I didn't lay down. We're going to go ahead and kind of measure this out. I'm going to put a little crease there. Carefully cut as straight as I can. Cut a little bit more off. I didn't quite get enough. There we go. I do have these napkins, Jana. I do. So this way you can have your napkins match any color scheme or decor piece that you want. Oh, I did that wrong way. Don't do what I just did. Let's see, where did it come from? So I can piece it back in, but I needed to grab a new piece of parchment paper and I didn't. So it tore it. So if you get hot wax on there, how did I do that wrong? How did I do that wrong? Oh, it's also got a chunk out of it. All right, let me match this up. Let's see. Let me get a different parchment paper. So if you get wax on your parchment paper, it'll stick like that. So I should have been paying better attention. But I think I will just go ahead and lay this piece down. How do I want to do this? It's been a while since I messed it up like that. Okay, I gotta find where it matches. Right. Hi. It'll match pretty close right there, so just gonna hang on to it and melt it in there. And then I'm gonna lay the other piece over the top, making sure I don't use the same piece of parchment. Once you have the melted wax on there, you could tear your napkin, as you saw that I did. But it's an easy fix if you do. And pull it off right away. You don't want to leave it, you don't want that wax to get too hardened. Looking for my little shears, little detail shears. Cut that off. And then you can tuck this bottom underneath, right on the edge. I'm going to cut most of it off. Little pair of scissors to do this. And then just tuck it under the bottom and melt it in. Lay the parchment down, pushing it underneath. And then working inward, like pulling it inward. I'll go around the bottom of the candle and melt that right in. Good. Yep, nice and smooth. So there we have a beautiful candle to match. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and cut off the waxy part that I already used this for, so I don't do that again. Okay, now let's finish up putting this all together, which we're going to do with our JB Weld Clear Weld. Bring this back. We're going to bring this back. So this is going to set on top of that. So we've got to bring our weld stuff back. And I'm going to try to mix it on here without, I'm probably going to have to get a different something. I don't want to get any of that paste into the weld. So I'm just going to fold this over and use this. Again, you want to be in a well-ventilated area, but whenever I'm trying to attach two pieces of something that have stain or paint or anything like that, and y'all know I get impatient, so I want it to set up pretty quickly. And this will set up in about 4 minutes so that I can move it. So we're gonna, I think what I want to do is first put it under here. So I'm going to tip this over and be able to get that centered. So this is a 2-part epoxy, so you turn the cap and lift it off. Pay attention to what side came off of what side, okay? So I know the dark yellow side, it's going to go back on just like that. Because if you don't, that's kind of what I did with my other one, is I flipped the cap the wrong way and kind of got the 2 pieces in together. Okay, I'm just going to do a little bit, and I'm going to wipe that off, and I'm going to put my cap back on and turn it. Now we're going to take a popsicle stick. It comes with one, but I prefer, I'm going to turn this off. I prefer to use a bigger popsicle stick, and you're going to mix those 2 additives together and make sure they're thoroughly mixed together. Okay, it does stink. That's why you want to be in a well-ventilated area. And then once you have it mixed together, we're going to go ahead and go all along the edge here. And it doesn't take much of this. It really holds like it's welded. It is a strong, strong hold. I use this stuff when I do stuff outside, so don't worry about it in the weather. And then I'm just gonna make sure I've got that pretty much centered. And then I'm gonna give it a little push. And just hold it for a second. God, I hate I can't see y'all's comments. Oh, I guess you're not commenting. Okay. But my screen goes dark. Okay. And then I think I'm going to wait a sec. Sets up pretty quick. So now I'm going to put some on here. Spread it out, spread it around. Carefully flip this over and center it. Yep. Okay. I'm just going to give it a little bit of stuff, you know. Yep, he is, Jenna. You can hear the clanking, I know. Yeah, he's doing the dishwasher, sounds like. Okay. Just want to hold that another second yet. So like I said, this will set up in about 4 or 5 minutes that I can actually pick it up and move it. But then it needs to sit overnight to really, absolutely, Jana, to really be totally set, but I think it is enough that I can open this up and show you. Let's see, I think I did everything I wanted to do. Yep, I did the candle, I did the glitter, we did the stand. It was a busy, busy night, y'all. Okay, so here is what we've got. And then we've got our candle that matches. That will sit right there. What do y'all think? Oh, I see the hearts now. Y'all like that? A different way, something different. You could make this one into a little pedestal with a smaller one. Would be super cute. That's why I didn't put the glitter on this, because it will make the surface a little uneven, and I didn't want to do that. So I thought we'd just glitter this one. But I wanted to show you those techniques. But I love that we can do candles that match the base, and like you could do a tiered tray with this if you wanted. You know, like I said, you may want to get some extra sets, because this would be, you know, to get extra and use the bigger ones and do a tiered tray with a cupcake, like little cupcake stand or something like that would be super sweet. So lots of steps to tonight, but I hope you enjoyed it. I will be putting this kit up, which will come with the napkin and all the things to do this. Oh, I was going to put that's what I was going to do. I'm like, I'm forgetting something. So I was going to put a ribbon, a little ribbon around this, but now that I don't want to do it yet, I don't think. So I just have a little silver ribbon, like almost, it's very sheer. That I was going to tie on here, but I think y'all know. I'll take a picture. I don't want to mess with this till this sets up. So I will put a bow around, and I'll take a picture of it, and I will include the ribbon with the kit. I'll even give you little containers of glue, so you'll have everything really that you need. You will have to do. It's not going to have a craft iron with it. But if you don't have a craft iron, I can probably work something out to even include that if I can still find it. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know if this is a kit that you'd love to have. Thanks, Joyce. Thanks so much. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go for tonight, and I'll see you all again real soon. Y'all stay well. Joyce, get better. Keep getting better. Jana, I love you. Hugs, hugs, hugs for a hard day. I love you all, and I'll see you all again real soon. Bye.